Hi, my name's Hanako Footman and I'm the author of Mongrel. Mongrel is the story of three Japanese women, Mei, Yuki and Haruka, and their interweaving lives set across the UK and Japan. So I'm at Waterstones Piccadilly and I'm going to share with you three books that directly inspired Mongrel. The first of which is Three Women by Lisa Taddeo. Ta-da! We're currently in the non-fiction section because this is non-fiction. This book directly inspired Mongrel, not just because of the structure of it being three women, the three women in this being Sloane, Maggie and Lena, but also because of the way that Lisa writes about women. Her prose is so evocative and generous and blistering and precise, and it was the first time that I experienced really seeing myself reflected back to me as a woman in my entirety. And I mean in the way that I think quite disturbing and visceral things that I think women are generally not really allowed to express. And Lisa really shone a light on all of those things and made me feel less alone, and I know made other women feel less alone as well. And that's sort of something that I wanted to try and do and attempt with Mongrel. So that is my first contribution. Now I'm in the fiction section for my second recommendation, which is A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. When I finished this book, I felt extremely bereft. I felt like I had lost some of my best friends, and that was a feeling I hadn't really felt since I was a child. And it was something that I attempted to try and create for the reader in Mongrel. I think there's something so magic about feeling a sense of loss when you finish a book. Also, the way Hanya writes about trauma is done so deftly and sensitively, but she doesn't pull any punches, and she really examines the horrors that human beings can inflict on other human beings, and the way in which the wounding that we experience as children can really affect everything that we relate to as adults in our adult life, relationships, the people around us, the world, the way in which we view ourselves. And that's something I'm really fascinated by and wanted to explore in Mongrel. So the final recommendation I have is Michael Cunningham's The Hours. This indirectly inspired Mongrel because when I was a teenager, I first came across the movie adaptation and I became quite obsessed with it. So much so that I actually played Laura Brown, or a version of Laura Brown, the 50s housewife, in this novel for my A-level drama piece. And over the years, I've been watching it and loving it and have felt profoundly seen and inspired by it. But it was only until recently that I watched it and I saw in the credits, the opening credits, that it was a novel and it was based on a novel. So I bought the book, I read it, and I finished it last night. And it blew me away. The way that he writes is absolutely extraordinary. And I think this sort of triumvirate of women is something that I keep coming back to and I keep wanting to read and write about. And this actually made me want to start writing again, which was a real relief. So yeah, this is my final recommendation. Thank you.